In this video, I'll be going over material IDs, how to set them up in Maya, and what the use cases for these are. So as you can see here, I'm using Unreal Engine, and I've got two of the same mesh, but one with one material ID, so this one here that has all the same material, and this one on the right, which has two different material IDs. So, I'll show you how to set that up in Maya, and then I'll go over why you might want to have just one and why you might want to have more than one. So in Maya, or a 3D modeling software that you choose, maybe Blender or something like that, the way to do it is to have just assign it two different materials. The actual colour doesn't matter, but to get your head around it a bit better, it's easier if you just use block colours and you have them as very different colours. So in this case, I've got like a reddy pink for the base, and then a blue for the struts. And then I've just named them something that makes sense. You can keep going on with that, and then this is what's called an ID map. So there's some use cases where in stuff like Photoshop or Substance Painter, you can use these to actually have them as masks. But in this case, when you export this shape and import it into Unreal Engine, that then gets set as these two material slots on the mesh. So a reason why you might want to have this is if you've got a library of loads of different seamless textures. So for the case of Unreal Engine, the starter content that you have, all these materials that you get with it are all seamless textures. So this might be useful if you've got your own seamless textures, or you're using starter content, or you're using a pack that you've got somewhere, and you don't want to make custom textures specific for, maybe you've got like an explosive crate and you want to add custom decals to that. You might want to have your own texture, which is where the one material slot would come in. So with this, obviously I can change this. Maybe I want some gold struts for whatever reason, so I can change that, and then this base is still wooden as I want it. Whereas this, if I wanted to change that to the struts to gold, it would only change everything. So a good use case for this is more optimized, and if you've got your own custom texture, this is what you'd want to use, because if you're making a custom texture, it's likely that you're using the UVs, which are these here. They're a bit messy here, but they are clean. But the custom texture, you'd have the struts and all that into one texture. So to optimize that, rather than assigning the same material twice on two slots, you'd only have that as one slot, and you'd have the texture and material shared across that mesh. Whereas if you've got a library of different seamless textures, you might want to have the different slots to make it a lot easier, rather than assigning, for instance, the same if you've got loads of them. So make sure when you are assigning materials, you are assigning them only to the things that you want as different materials. So for instance, don't have something that you want to have wood and oak, don't have two different materials, because you'll have to assign more than one material to that. So those are the use cases for material IDs, how to set them up in Maya or a 3D modeling software of your choice, and what the use cases are in Unreal.